This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone, very good morning.
Hey, good
Question
morning.
from Rick. Will you share the recording? Yes, yes, Rick. Yeah, we'll share. I hope like you all can hear me. Nagaraj, can you hear me now?
I can
Yeah,
hear you,
you guys
Sanjay.
can keep it on mute and just like type it here. If any issue, you can type it here because if everyone will start speaking, that will be like then we will have echo and other problems. Great, guys. Yeah, thank you. Just give couple of minutes, like 2-3 minutes more. It's just it. Nitka version still cannot hear. Can't hear you, Sanjay. Others, can you hear me?
Yes, Sanjay. Yep.
Okay, it means like guys, those who are not able to hear me, just check your uh, like maybe you the headphone which you are trying, so you can just remove and plug in again. And if still someone is not able to hear, maybe like you can drop off and then join again. Uh, says audio, my mic is off and is disabled.
I can hear you, Sanjay.
Yes, yeah, that's the thing. Like most everyone is able to hear, like, but few people are not still not able to hear. Nitika, is it fine now? Okay. Others, everyone is there anyone else like who cannot hear? Anyone who is still not able to hear me? Nagraj, you are still not able to hear me? Sanket, you can hear me. Okay. Yeah, probably like almost everyone is able to hear me now. Good. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Good morning, Lenovo. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. So, I hope you guys all are doing good and pretty much aware about like what we are going to discuss in this training. Anyone like who have the zero knowledge of like automation, who have never touched the like Selenium or any automation? My expectation is like thank you so much, Nitika. I'm glad that you are able to hear me. So, like anyone who have ever never like just touched the automation and just like very new to the automation world. So, is there anyone who have the zero knowledge of automation? Say I'm new. Okay, good. New in the sense like you guys have never touched the Selenium or like never uh, run even a single command of automation. Okay, great. So I guess pretty much everyone would have joined. Now we can start. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm just checking like if you guys can see my screen. Can anyone confirm? Yes, you can see your screen. Perfect. So friends, if you get any question in between, just put it into the chat. I will look into that and then we'll address your questions like in every 15-20 minutes. I will keep on taking the questions. So just keep putting your questions in the chat section. Great. So first of all, welcome you all and thank you for joining. So in this training, like the very first thing, the agenda of this training is like I'm sure pretty much you all are aware about it, and if not, like let me go through it. So here we will try to solve every kinds of problem related to XPath selectors, and we will try to give you guys the example, real-time example, and we'll try to help you to understand the concepts of web element, DOM, why this is happening, why it can't be possible, what is possible for them. Then how can you improve the productivity? Like I'm sure most of you are already like most of us are coming from the automation background and have some or other knowledge. People start writing the automation script and like you might have learned from somewhere. So like Selenium, generally what happened, like we start learning the concepts, we learn some program from the trainings, but eventually we didn't learn how to write the good script. We learned that WebDriver is equal to new driver, something like that, and then opening the browser, running the script. That's all fine, but actually, how can we write? Actually, like how should we write the automation script in real time in industry? That's the really important point. And then concepts related to web elements, XPath, selectors, shadow DOM, iframe, SVG, dynamic elements, all those things we will cover here in this training. And then complete training on SelectorsHub and TestCase Studio, which will really help you a lot to improve your productivity. And then we will, at the end, we will get the certificate for this training. So this is the agenda at high level, very high level. This is a lot more things we will cover in this training, and very small and corner cases we will try to cover in this training, and anything will be which we will be thinking that this is not covered, that we will cover at the end of the training. The very first thing, terminology. Just looking at your questions, like if anybody has put it here. Yes, yeah, okay, cool. So first thing is like terminology. How like when you open DevTools here, what it is called, what it is not called. Like when you might have seen people saying something like DOM, element, attribute, web element, DOM node, comment, all those things. So what are the terminology people generally use in web automation world and web development world? I will so okay guys, I have read the comment. Like some of the people are here very new to the automation world. So I will try to take it from the very basic, but make be assured that I will try to take it from the very basic, from the like to the ground level. But here in this training, I'm sure like you already read it, like what its training is all about. It's all about the selectors, XPath, web element, and DOM, and also it will cover the how you can improve the productivity. In this training we will not oppose, I'm sure you understand that we are not going to cover the Selenium or Java, those programming things. So we will be covering most of the things which will be helping you in automation, in your knowledge of like XPath selectors and DOM web elements. So I'm sure that that is clear to everyone. Okay. 1 second guys, someone is facing problem. Okay, so what is the terminology of in web world and what we call few things? So there are, like you might have heard, tag name, open tag, close tag, attribute name, attribute value, text, comment, DOM node, web elements, DevTools, inspect, elements tab, HTML DOM. So guys, just do not first of all, like you should not be waiting for the recording, and do not trust that much, because I'm sure pretty much like most of the people doesn't watch the recording. So please make a note of all these things which we discuss, like any important concepts. So please make a note of those so that you will not lose. And generally we refer the notes, hardly we refer the like recording and all, because lots of things we will be discussing around the while discussion. So you might not prefer, so just to the point things you can keep a note. This is just, I'm sure like everybody is aware about these things, but just saying at high level. Okay, so what is tag name here? Tag name here is like, I will be showing most of the things here in the real time so that you understand, rather than making and showing it in the drawing. So you see that when you open DevTools here, so how to open DevTools, let me show you guys. Like when someone says like open DevTools, So I'm sure you are aware that how to open. First is like right click and click on inspect. Another is like you can command option I as well. You can press in the keyboard in Mac and Windows also. There are keyboard shortcuts so that you can do. So this is the DevTools. Like this part which you are seeing like elements, console, network. This part we call it as DevTools. And this is DOM. Like what you see here, the complete HTML of the page, generally we call it as DOM. And then there are lots of things. Guys, please be on mute. Someone is not on mute, so please go on mute. Thank you, guys. Please keep it yourself mute. So here on the left side, what you are seeing is we call it as DOM. And DOM is like document object model. More than that, nothing is required for you to like what all things. So in the DOM, generally DOM starts with like this doc type HTML, and then the very first tag will be HTML. And what is the tag name? Tag name will always start with the open tag. This kind of arrow is known as open tag. You see that here, this type of tag, open tag, this is called as open tag. And then whatever is written just after that open arrow is known as the tag name or node name as well. So this is DOM, this is open tag, this is tag name. So here this HTML is the tag name, here head is the tag name, here body is the tag name, style is the tag name, div is the tag name. So now I hope you clear that whenever you find the open tag and just after open tag whatever text is written over there, that is known as the tag name. Open tag, you understood that what is open tag? Guys, someone is not on mute, please go on mute. So this is open tag, and then at the end, like whatever you see here, when you see this kind of arrow and after that forward slash, that means that is the close tag. So we have to understand that whenever something starts with the open tag, and then where it will close. So open tag will start with this arrow and then this tag name. And after this, wherever you will see this open arrow and close tag, this sorry forward slash with the same similar tag name, that means that is the close tag of that open tag. So here this text area is the here this arrow is the open tag, and then this tag name, and what is the close tag of this is this one, text area. Similarly, like for this script, this is the close tag. You can expand this as well. So whenever you will see that long thing, then how you can find the close tag like this by scrolling. Similarly for this div, this is open and this is close tag. This is not very much required for you, but at least at high level guys, like who are very new, I'm sure like most of you are aware about these things, but those are very new, I'm just trying to help them guys understand like what are the terminology people use it like in web automation word or in the development. So tag name you understood, open tag you understood, close tag you understood, then attribute name, attribute value. So this whenever open tag start, after open tag whatever value you will see on the left side of equal, that we call it as attribute name. These are the attribute basically, like JS model before equal whatever is written, that is the attribute. So this is attribute, this is attribute, another attribute like this data dash iml, this is another attribute. Class is an attribute, data HVID is attribute. Even if there is no equal also, and if just one word is written like data HVID, that is also known as an attribute. Like here after item scope there is no equal, but this item scope is also an attribute. Not every attribute is required to have some value, it can be go alone as well sometimes. We will understand that more. in detail. So that is attribute name. Now what is attribute value? On the right side of the equal, whatever is written is attribute value for that attribute. So like here, what is the attribute value of JS model? That is HSPDDF. Like here, data IML, here this is the attribute value. Class on the left side, on the right side, this is the attribute value. So these are the attribute and this is attribute value. Text. This is really important. Text is really important thing in case of XPath, not CSS. Of course, in CSS we will not be using the text. So text is really important here. So like this. Okay, let me just take some other example. Text is text is a value which is written between the open tag and close tag. So open tag is like from this for arrow to this arrow. I hope this is visible. Like from this arrow, and then on the right side, whenever you will find this arrow, so till from here to here is the open tag, and from wherever you see that this arrow and then forward slash, that is close tag. So between open tag and close tag, whatever value you are seeing, that is known as text. Text for that tag, text for that node, text for that web element. So in between this open tag and this close tag, the value which you are seeing, that is a text. And more, like if you want to see, guys, please be on mute, or otherwise like I will have to keep everyone on mute by default. That is doesn't want to do that. So make sure like you, whenever you join, you are on mute. Here this TestCase Studio is the text for this tag. So this is opening from here to here. This is the open tag and this is close tag. So between open tag and close tag, whatever value is there, that is known as text. More you want to see, like this one, this is P, here to here, this is open and this is closed, and this value is text. Then comment, there are like lots of comment will be there in the DOM. So whenever you see that open tag like this, open arrow, and then exclamatory mark is there, so this is known as comment, and this will always, like from the color of the there is colors are also there in the DOM. So from the colors also you can identify this is DOM. But yeah, generally like people until with without lots of practice around the DOM, you will not learn this. So the green color will show you that this is comment. But of course I would not suggest that go with the color. But yeah, whenever you find this open arrow with the exclamatory mark, that means that is the comment here. Like in Java, there is like forward slash for single line comment, and then generally this is the comment syntax for most of the programming languages as well. So yeah, this is the comment. Then DOM node, web element, DevTools. DOM node, so this basically, like this is a DOM node. So every HTML of every web element, this we call it as web element. Like this TestCase Studio is a web element. So whatever you see in the web page, that every element in the web page is known as the web element. Like we call it as a web element. So like this want to be an XPath expert, this complete row is one web element. This TestCase Studio is one web element. Certificate, one web element. Donate is one web element. This is also like wherever my arrow is there, that is also an web element, though it is not visible in the UI, but that is also an web element, because if you right click here and click on inspect, some or other HTML will be available for that particular area. And this we call it as DOM node for this particular web element. So for this TestCase Studio, if someone asks you like what is the DOM node for TestCase Studio, so you will right click on this, click on inspect, and whatever you see here HTML for that particular element, that we call it as DOM node. So this is the DOM node, this is the web element. What is the web element for this DOM node? This is this one. Like when you hover on the DOM node here, when you hover on the DOM node, whatever will highlight in the UI, that is the web element for this element. And on right click and click on inspect, whatever you see in the DOM, that is the DOM node for that element which is there in the UI which you have inspected. So when you hover in the DOM node, what you see in the UI, that is web element, and what you when you inspect and what you see in the DOM for that element, that is the DOM node. Okay, let me see the chat here if anybody has asked any question, and someone is not on mute. I feel like someone keep on coming with a like unmute, and so echo, we most of us are getting echo. Okay, yes guys, sure. So here in the DOM node, basically like the complete HTML for that web element. Like this is the web element, like TestCase Studio, certificate, training, changelog. These are the web elements. So basically, what you see in the UI here, what you see in the UI, that is, those are the web elements. Like this SelectorSub, TestCase Studio, these are whatever you see in the UI. Everything is a web element. Like every small part here, like this image, whatever, that is also a web element. This Chrome, Safari, Firefox, whatever you are seeing here, everything is a web element, because everything is a made of like HTML. And when you right click on them, click on inspect, and whatever HTML is available for that particular web element in the DOM is DOM node. This is a tag name. Tag name is this. Okay, so like if you do here, go to console. I guess that will be like little complicated for you now to understand. Tag is this one. This is tag name, and that is okay. When you do here $0, like tag name, so you see that you get that tag name, and that you call it as node name as well, not the DOM node. So do not get confused. If I will say so many things, all the definition all together, you will get confused. That is the thing, like I didn't call that node name. So this A is also called as node name and tag name, and this complete HTML is the DOM node. So basically HTML of that particular web element in the DOM, we call it as DOM uh, DOM node for that element. Highlighted area is DOM node. Yes, this is DOM node. Basically the HTML, you understood this as a HTML of that element in the UI. So like for this TestCase Studio, what is the HTML? Whatever HTML you see, so that we call it is basically DOM for that particular element. So that is the thing. DOM node, yes, DOM node will have all the attributes. So DOM node is basically the HTML of that particular element, and it will have all the attributes, attribute values, tags, and everything. Can we say whole content between starting tag and ending tag is called as DOM node for that element, or only the HTML part is called? Only the HTML part, like that complete HTML of that element is DOM node. The value between the open tag and close tag known as text content. So there are like multiple words. I'm just trying to take high level words which are required for you guys to understand this terminology in the DOM. So whatever is there between open tag and close tag, that is known as text, contain text, and inner HTML as well sometimes. So that we will that I will show like once you will understand the basic, very basic of this, because if I will say those inner HTML and everything right now, so that will be confusing. So yeah, I will explain more in details like when you will understand these basic things. So for now, yes, this is open tag, the value between open tag and close tag known as text. This is tag name. From here, this arrow to this arrow is open tag. When you see this arrow and then forward slash, that is close tag. And this is attribute. After the equal sign, whatever you see, that is attribute value. And attribute doesn't require that it will always show you the value in the DOM. So yeah, and whenever you see this exclamatory mark with this arrow, that is comment here in the DOM, and also it comes in green color. Then DevTools and inspect. So this we call it as DevTools. So I'm sure like you have got it so far that this is DevTools, and how you open it, like you right click and click on inspect. So this way it used to open the DevTools. Sorry. And elements tab and HTML DOM. This is elements tab where you see the complete HTML of the web page. And yes, you can also open through F12. So actually I'm not talking about the keyboard syntax, because it will be having the different keyboard keys like F12. Yes, on Windows it will work, but for Mac it might not work. So best way is like you right click and click on inspect, or also like on Mac you can do command option I. So yeah, these are the shortcuts. Yes, I'm not sure what's your name here, Lenovo. Yeah, if that is the correct name. So yes, Lenovo, that F12 is correct for Windows. You can open through that. And here, so, and this is called the HTML of the page, complete page as well, like whatever you see under the elements tab. Then HTML DOM, this is complete HTML DOM, which I talked in earlier. So this is complete HTML DOM of this page. And what you see here, like elements tab, console, network, source, performance, these we call it as DevTools tab. Basically these are the tabs, and these are the sidebar tabs. Like whatever you see on the left right side of this elements tab, like styles, computed, layout, event listener, these are the sidebars. So like whenever, as if sometimes people say that where I can find the SelectorsHub, so people say that it is available in the sidebar of elements tab. It comes as a sidebar. So these we call it as sidebars. These are the tabs. Is there anyone who is not on mute? Guys, please be on mute. Let's check. Okay, thank you. So yeah, this is very basic terminology. There will be more terms which I will be like taking through like while going through in detail training. So yes, now the very important part and what we were waiting for. What is XPath? So yes, there are like lots of definition, of course, and the full form like XPath, XML query language, and etc. But in reality, like how can we understand what is XPath? Like I doesn't believe in definition. I don't want to learn the definition and all. But when I work in real time, when I do my work, and when I want to let someone who is a layman, I want to make him understand what is XPath. So XPath is basically the address of an web element. So like on planet, like if you see on Earth, there is every place has an address. Like if I'm in Bangalore, and if I have to go to from Bangalore to other place, I need the address of that place, right? So similarly, like on the web as well, every element has its own address. So like on the planet, you see that like if I have to go from this US to India, I need the address of this place, and then I can go from here to here. So similarly on the UI, like if I have to perform any action here on click on this, or I want to right click on this, so first I need the address of this element, and then I can perform. Like then I can move my cursor on this element, then I can perform any action on this element. So similarly, like on the UI, like on the earth, like if I have to perform any action on any place, first I need the address, then I can move my body there, and then I can perform anything on that place. Similarly on the web, like if I need the I have to perform any action on this element, first I have to get the address, then I can reach there, then I can perform the action. So XPath and selectors, basically if I talk at high level, these are basically the address of every web element in the page. And whatever you see in the UI, every element is the having its own address. So to perform action on them, we need the address first. So that is where like this is very important part. XPath and selectors are very important. Why it becomes like so important? Because these are the very first thing which is required for your automation script writing. Like if you have to perform any action, you know that if I have to click on this element, the click is the command. If I have to right click on this, right click is the context click is the command. So or if you have to type anything in this search box, you know that send keys is a method. But when you would be able to use them, you would be able to use those methods only when you will be having the address of that particular web element, right? So address, you will have to find out the right address with the like very appropriate value in a stable manner, so that that value doesn't get changed. Like you have the Google Map. So how does Google Map helps today? You are able to find out the best address. Like Google Map is able to find out the best address of a place, and then it used to suggest you that okay, if you have to go to from one place to other place, like this path you can choose, or this path you can choose, and then like multiple ways it used to show, but it highlight the best one for you along with the many other kind of thing. So similarly, you will also have to be that much smart that you would be able to write multiple address for this one, and then you would be able to identify that which one is the best for this element, so that this will not change if even if I will refresh the page or I will run the script again. So that's where like XPath and selectors come, and there are multiple ways to write an XPath that we will see. So I hope you understand that XPath is an address of a web element. That is, if you understood that, that's the more than enough. Like XPath and selectors are the address of every web element what you see in the page. Like this one, this has its own XPath, this has its own XPath, this has its own address, this also has its own address. Like if I have to click on this element, I need the address of this element. So address is the XPath of any element. What is the importance of XPath in web automation? This is really important. Without this, like it is something like you can understand as the tires of your car. If you doesn't have good tires, then your car will not run for long. Like it immediately break down. Like as soon as some bumper or anything will come, your car will break down and it will not run. Similarly, like if you doesn't have the good selectors, your script will immediately break and it will not execute, because like if your locator got changed, or if your locator is not correct for this element, no matter how good logic you have written, no matter how good uh, script you have written, it will not run if your XPath or selectors got changed, because it will not be able to find out the this element and you are trying to click on that. So they are really important. And how can I say, not just it's like me who is saying that they are important. You can see this is the industry experts analytics that 90% of the time web automation script fails due to locators issue, and more than 70% people agree on this, that yes, our automation script in real time in real industry breaks because of locators issue. Types of XPaths. So actually, like in reality there are no types of XPath. This depends on like we start calling absolute XPath, index-based XPath, and a lot more depending on our writing patterns. So how we are writing the XPath depends on that. We start calling the like XPath, like this is absolute XPath, this is relative XPath. So there are no types of XPath. There is only, like, as per standard rules, as per the definition of XPath, there is nothing like types. It depends on our writing pattern. So there is absolute XPath, index XPath, and relative XPath. This is like we have defined just like depending on our writing pattern. So if you have used index in one way, then that is an index based XPath. Absolute XPath, if you have traversed from all the way from the top to that particular element, then absolute XPath. Relative XPath, if you are writing an XPath with respect to some parent or access method, then that is a relative XPath. How to write an XPath? So there are like multiple ways, multiple patterns to write an XPath. One is single forward slash, double forward slash. Just double forward slash is actually like invalid XPath. Then XPath functions, relative XPath without using access functions, relative XPath with access functions. So all these we will see how we can write and use these methods. Just like theory part I'm just covering here, I will show each and everything, how can we use, how can we write, that we will see in upcoming slide. Single forward slash and double forward slash in XPath. So what is the difference between single forward slash and double forward slash? Like generally people talk about it a lot. So how can we understand that? So single forward slash is like you are coming step by step. So here in the DOM, you see, like if we have to write an XPath for suppose here for training, okay, so this is a tag here. Now, if we will, while writing XPath, if we will use single forward slash, what is the meaning of single forward slash? So it is something like you are coming one by one, like first HTML, then body, then div, then header, then div, then div. So one by one. So here it is similar, like this cat is coming step by step. It is not coming like directly straightforward to the bottom of the like the last stair. It is taking one by one, coming down so slowly. So that is the reason like single forward slash is very slow and it will traverse all the way from one top to bottom. But if you will use double forward slash, directly it will come to that element for from top to bottom for whichever element you are writing. So if you will use double forward slash, it will directly reach here to this element. Like for an example, if you type single forward slash a, then it will not find, of course, if it is not on the top. You will have to come one by one, like first HTML, then body, likewise then div. This is how you will have to come to reach to this a. But if you have written double forward slash a, it will directly jump to that particular a for which you are looking for, like this one. So this is the difference, that single forward slash and double forward slash. Single forward slash you will be coming step by step. Double forward slash will directly jump to that particular matching node. XPath syntax and functions. These are some of the syntax, like single forward slash tag name you start, double forward slash tag name @ attribute name is equal to attribute value, and or functions, text, normalize space, dot, then index, position, last. There are like many functions, n number of functions, like we can talk whole day all about these functions. There are so many functions, so we will learn all these functions, how we can use, how we can write the XPath using these functions. Now, okay, we understood like the definition of XPath. There are some terminology in XPath. There are some methods in XPath, and then what we should use, like single forward slash, double forward slash. What is the difference between them? Then types of XPath. Okay, this is the most important part, like here in XPath, to understand the things that what is the right platform to write and verify XPath, because you are not ever gonna write the XPath in your mind, or you are not ever gonna write the XPath directly in your IntelliJ or Eclipse, right? Like while writing your script, here you are not going to write your XPath. Are you anyone, is there anyone who is writing XPath directly here? Until unless you will not verify XPath that whether it is a one matching node or not, whether this XPath is correct or not, you will never use that XPath in your script. So we always write XPath like either on DevTools or using some tools or in console, right? So we will have to understand which is the right XPath, like which is the right platform to write and verify XPath. Like so far we have understood that okay, this IntelliJ or any IDE is good for writing our code, because in Notepad nobody can write the code. Can you guys write, like anyone can write the code here? No. So similarly we will have to understand which is the right platform to write and verify XPath. So there are multiple ways like Chrome DevTools, console, then there are like other XPath plugins, so is SelectorSub. So which is the right platform to write the XPath in selectors? So the first one is Chrome DevTools.
Sanjay, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you please share the last slide once more?
Uh, sure. Last slide before this one.
Yeah, before this one.
Uh, this one. If you want
Yep,
to take the
right.
screenshot, you can take. Can we proceed?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
guess like there were some questions as well. Let me take them. Uh, so the whole Sanket Kali, so the whole HTML context from beginning is DOM node, is it? No, DOM node is that HTML of that particular one web element, not the whole like complete HTML. If you are saying the HTML context from the beginning is, this is DOM node, the HTML of that particular element only. Complete HTML is the complete DOM. Tab bar names, these are the tab bar like elements, console. So this basically just tab, this we call it as tabs in DevTools. Like someone says that open console tab, so this means you will have to open this console tab. Someone says open the network tab, then that means you should understand that this is network tab, because it is very frequently asked in industry, or when people talk, like when you will talk to developer, he will say open the console tab in DevTools. So you will like immediately the thought will come in your mind, okay, he's asking to open this console tab, he's asking to open the network tab. So this is where, and if someone asks like open the style sidebar tab, so that means he is asking for opening this styles. So these are sidebars, these are actual tabs in DOM. I had one question. Generally, which locators we prefer in automation script to represent? This we will see in like upcoming. Yeah, this is very common question. So yeah, ID and all those things we used to say, but that's not the true. We will talk about these things. Last slide, I guess. I'm sure you all have asked for this slide, so you must have seen this one. Okay, so
Yes.
for currently for APM, you will have to use that APM tab only, that whatever you use to open, like where you see the HTML. We are not going to cover the mobile applications here. We are just going to cover the mobile web and the mobile web and the desktop web. Yeah. So we are discussing here like what is the right platform, like Chrome, DevTools, console. So generally you have seen in industry and in the past that most of us used to write the XPath like this way and verify selectors like this way. And in fact, like today you will see that everyone is most of the people used to just command F and start writing here. But do you know, does it give the right count of the selectors match? Is it the right platform? That we have to understand. Because suppose if you have written the right XPath and you are trying to verify it here, will it give the right number of count? So that's really important to understand here. You see that as soon as you do /A here, suppose we have to find out all the links on this page. So A is the anchor tag, which is a link tag basically for link, and then /A. So this is the XPath for the all the links in this page. But when you see /A you are doing, it is also matching this /A, though this is not a tag. So this is a wrong count it is showing. So why it is showing all these counts like 223? Because it is also matching it is also matching those A which are having the /A as a string. Like let me show it here, it will be more simple for you, like /A here. So it is matching this /A as a string, and that is the reason it is showing 73 match, though there are not 73 links on this page. So this is showing the wrong count. But now if you will verify your XPath here this way, that means you will be getting the wrong count. If you verify the cssSelector, which is A, for now for this A also and then for /A also, both should have the similar number of counts. Do not worry about guys, those who are not understanding this, that what is I'm writing /A and A. Here I'm just trying to realize you and make you understand that this is not the right platform to write and verify XPath, because it also gives you the string match. If you read it here, it is clearly written that find by string, selectors or XPath. So the very first match it will show you, those will be string match. So like wherever it will find the similar string, whatever you are searching here, if that will match, it will show it as a result, like /A. It is matching this A, /A, while this is not an XPath match. This is a string match. That is the reason it is showing 73A. If you will type A here, just A here, it will show all the A count, all the A matching. This A, this A, this A. This is not a cssSelector. So and then so this is the region that this is not right platform in multiple ways. Like if you write the CS, like suppose you inspect this element SVG and right click and copy XPath. Many people will show this that you can copy XPath in DevTools, but this shows the wrong syntax as well as the doesn't give you the right XPath as well. So this is not the right platform. And then there are multiple places where it fails, like even for the right XPath which you have written, this will show you the wrong count. Let me show you. So suppose for this element, if you write XPath like command F, this I'm showing because our industry has lived with this myth, and even living today, that people will say that you do not use an XPath tool, write your own XPath. But everyone use this DevTools where they are writing XPath, verifying XPath in a wrong place. So you see that this is showing 6 matching nodes, though this is a unique XPath we have written for this element. For whichever element we were writing, this is a unique XPath, this one here. If you verify this XPath here in SelectorSub, okay, so we haven't installed SelectorSub yet, we will show that. So you see that this is 6 matching node, though this is a unique XPath, we did not to make it more unique, this is already unique XPath. So this is showing wrong count. And why wrong count, that we have to understand. Here it is showing this is wrong, and in fact like we feel that we can verify it in console as well. So you see that even in console as well, we didn't get the right count. Like for this element, if you write here /input, it shows 0 0. And if you write cssSelectors for this one, then also it is showing 0 of 0. So how you write the XPath or selector for this one? And in fact for here as well, if you do, guys, those who are not able to understand this, do not worry, like we will we will learn all about this in like coming lecture. What is this? I'm just trying to make you guys understand that when you verify XPath or selectors here in DevTools, that way you doesn't get the correct count of the selectors. Okay, like in console someone says like $X, we can verify here. There also, like if you write here // input like this is another way to verify XPath and selectors in console, but sorry, $X. So here also you doesn't get like this kind of thing. So this is here you will not find that those selectors and value here. Sorry, this way be $. Okay, anyway, so I will come to this one later because we haven't covered the how to write XPath and all, so that we will discuss later, like how you can verify in console and this one why it is wrong. So here the the number of count match what you are seeing here in DevTools and in console, and you're not getting, like when you do here, sorry, when you are doing $X here and writing the right XPath, even then also it is not showing you any matching node. So how we can learn all about these things and why it is not right platform, that we will understand more in details. But as of now, I'm sure like you would have got it that this is not the right platform because it shows you the string match, as well as it fails in case of like SVG shadow DOM, because this was a shadow DOM actually. So that is the reason it is showing 0 of 0, because DevTools doesn't support 0 shadow DOM. And here it is showing the wrong count, like 6 matching node, though this is a unique XPath for this element. So for multiple region we will not use DevTools because it doesn't give you the right count of XPath match, because this is not the platform which is built only for XPath and selectors. It has other purposes as well. So here we will use the SelectorSub, which will give you the right count and right information. So for that, like we will install the SelectorSub tool here. So how to install SelectorSub? Just go to SelectorSub website, and for whichever browser you want to install, just click on this, and let me just paste it here. I hope like everyone has it. If uh, anyone doesn't have, please let me know. I had one question. Generally, we use absolute XPath or relative XPath in automation script. Yes, Ankit, I will come to this question. Of course, we all will use the relative XPath. We all avoid the absolute XPath. Is XPath only way to find address where we use XPath? What is the best approach? Yes, not XPath is the only approach. There are multiple ways to get the address of an element, but yes, XPath is one of the best when we say the utility or the availability of the selectors. So XPath is always available for each and every element, but other attributes like other selectors like CSS selectors, ID, class name, and tag name, those things might like tag name will be aware, but tag name will be available, but class, ID, name, and those not every selector is available for every element. So that is the thing. And XPath has lots of method and convenience, and you can traverse parent to child, child to parent. Lots of flexibility is there with XPath. So that is the reason we all go with the XPath. We will learn this. How to open this find element search box in Windows? How to open this find element search window in Windows? Like you right click here in web page, click on inspect, and then in the elements tab this opens, and do command F here. Command F, like control F in Windows 10, Edge Chrome browser. Yeah, so you do Command F, just open this DevTools and here do Command F, this will open this window. Please let me know because if that is not open. Shadow DOM, this I will teach in detail. We have the slides for this. What is Shadow DOM? Can you please explain? We will come to Shadow DOM, don't worry guys. I have the complete lecture on that. We will cover this Sangeeta dynamic drop down. Yeah. Okay, cool. So so let's first install the SelectorSub and then we'll go from there. Click on Chrome browser, like for whichever browser you have, like either Chrome or Edge browser. If someone has the Edge browser, you can install for Edge. And here you click on Add to Chrome and add extension. You can follow with me and you can install this one. After installing, like here on the right top corner, you will not see the SelectorSub logo here. So click on this and there you will find the SelectorSub. You will have to pin it to toolbar. Pin this to toolbar, then you would be able to see SelectorSub logo here. And then click on this one. So here is the SelectorSub. And after installing, after adding SelectorSub in your browser, whichever tabs are already open, either you close them or restart your browser. So for now, I would say avoid restarting browser. Open a new, we will open website in the new tab so that there it will work. Like whenever you install any extension, you will always have to open website in new tab and then you start, or you restart the browser, then it will continue working. Because these kind of plugins require the refresh DOM node, like that should be installed, that should be reloaded basically. So that is the reason it is always suggested to restart the browser whenever you install an extension or open website in the new tab. So I hope you all have installed the SelectorSub. Yes, if it is like in your organization, it is not allowed. I'm sure like you would be able to install it in Firefox, so you can install it on Firefox. So please install for now in Firefox. And also like if in your organization it is not allowed, you can check out this video here on SelectorSub website. Just scroll down in the website, there I have already created a video that how you can get it unblocked in your organization. So this is unblocked in most of the organizations, so that you can do it. Please share how to install it again. Okay, so just open the website. I have already shared the link here, selectorsub.com. And here, let's say for Chrome you want to install, click on Chrome. And then it will open this Chrome store. Here that add to Chrome button is coming. Click on that add to Chrome. After that, click here on the right side this default extension logo and then pin it to toolbar, then SelectorSub will come here. So this is how you will install SelectorSub. Please let me know if anyone is not able to install SelectorSub. Very simple step, just click on Chrome here. Kishori, is that fine? Guys, today we will extend this session till 9:30 because this was first day and we will have to cover very basic things. So we haven't covered yet. Unable to install, like are you trying in like office laptop or unable to install personal? You should be able to install like what is happening. You can speak actually, so that will be quick. Vinaya, you can just unmute yourself.
Hi Sanjay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting an error has occurred. Download interrupted. It's not downloading in my machine. Actually, there's a tracker installed. So if there is any tracker, this I think that's the problem with my system. I'll
Okay. Yeah,
remove
yeah, you
that
can
and
do
I'll
it.
download it.
Yeah, you can do it later. And if any problems comes, feel free to ping me on Slack channel. I will help you.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sure. If anybody is having any issue like while installing or anything, you can ping me anytime on that Slack group. So I will be able to help you guys. And if anything required, like maybe like I can share this, we can share the screen as well, and I will help you. Yeah. Sometimes like because of maybe internet issue or some other issue happen, so it might get interrupted. But yeah, do not worry about that. Cool. So now we will see that whatever is everybody is fine. Like if we will extend today's session till 9:30.
Okay, fine.
Good. I guess most of the people are fine. So yes, we will continue. Yes, I will invite. I will send the invite again for the Slack channel. I guess those are there on the call. You must have got the Slack channel invite in your registered email. So please check that you have already got the email for the Slack channel. Cool. So we have seen that when we were verifying the links, trying to find out all the links on the page, DevTools was giving the wrong count. Okay, so that is where we uh, take a help of SelectorSub. Now, where we can find the SelectorSub and how to use this one, let's see. Right click and click on inspect. Again, you will have to open the DevTools. So we know now, you all know that how to open DevTools, what is DevTools, what are the sidebars. So SelectorSub comes as a sidebar. So here where you will find this on the left side, you will see the DOM elements tab. On the right side, you will see the sidebars, styles, computed layout, event listener. So on the sidebars, SelectorSub will always comes as a last sidebar tab. So as this is zoom in, so here you might not be able to see the SelectorSub because that was zoom in. It always comes as a, like, either you expand here, then you will see the SelectorSub last sidebar, or if you are in this kind of situation where you are not able to see, there will always be two arrows. Like if I zoom in, so there are two arrows like this in the sidebar. Click on them. SelectorSub will be the last tab. Okay, so this way you will see the SelectorSub. For now, there are lots of things. So what we will do, like we will first here turn off this one, auto generated mode. So keep it off, and we will use just as an editor because we have to first learn. We want to learn first how to write XPath and all. So just keep it off. Okay, now so when you will open SelectorSub, keep this, turn off this button here, and then start writing the XPath here. So we were writing XPath like this, /a here. So it was giving 73 matches because it was matching the string like /a. If you will write here and hit enter, this is where like 35 links on this page. Now this is the right count of XPath match. How many links on this google.com? There are 35 links. So this is why we prefer the SelectorSub, and why like if you write the CSS selector as well, then also it should give 35 match. So this is the right platform. And if you go to that shadow DOM and every page, everywhere it will verify and give you the right count. So I hope this is clear. We will take a detailed session like misconception, myths, etc. in detail. Like once you will understand XPath, selector, shadow DOM, iframe, SVG, everything in detail, then we will take that session, myths and misconception about XPath, DevTools, etc. Okay, cool. So now we have installed SelectorSub. Now we'll see writing XPath using XPath functions. this is where the our actual session start now. Single forward slash double forward slash XPath functions. So single forward slash, how we write XPath, like if we have to write an XPath for any element, can we write that like single forward slash? Of course we will always avoid writing XPath with single forward slash. Suppose you have to write an XPath for this element, like this div. How you write the with the single forward slash? You will have to start with all the way from HTML body, then div, like this. Single forward slash HTML, then single forward slash body, then single forward slash div. And this is how you will reach till that element, till this div. But if you write like with the double forward slash div, directly you can reach to this div. So this is where we write the, this is why we use the double forward slash. But if you have to like go one by one, like if you have to find out the immediate child, then you will use the single forward slash. Suppose you just want to find out all the divs which are immediate child of body. So in that case, you will use single forward slash like this. So what it will do, it will find out all the divs which are the immediate child. So single forward slash also known as the immediate child. So you see that this is body, and under this body, these are the child of body. So like style, div, script, div, text area, these all are the immediate child. So how many immediate child as a div this body tag has? 4. So you see that HTML, from here we started. We will, like if you will use single forward slash from the beginning, you will have to start from the beginning. So HTML body, then we are trying to find out all the div under between which are immediate child, not all the div, immediate child. So immediate child is like after body, this one, style, div, these are the immediate child of body. But if you expand this one, this div is not the immediate child of this body. This is grandchild, basically, like child after child. So this is basically grandchild. And actually there is nothing like grandchild in HTML or XPath word, like terminology from terminology word. But yeah, I'm trying to just make you understand that this is, you can consider that grandchild, like child and a child. So these are the immediate child. So there are 4 div as an immediate child of body. So I hope you understood that single forward slash is also used to find out the immediate child. So whenever you have to find out the immediate child of any element, any DOM node, then you will use single forward slash. But here if you would have used the after body, if you would have used the double forward slash div and hit enter, it will find all the divs which are inside body. So you see that this is body tag. Now this is finding this tag as well as all these div. It is showing all these div as a match. So that is the reason it is showing 116 elements matching. So now it is showing all the div tags in this DOM under body tag. Good. So you got it, like single forward slash is for immediate child, double forward slash like find out all the matching tag under that DOM, under that particular element after which you have written. So suppose you have written body, and after body you want all the divs under body tag. So this is how you will find. Let me see if you guys have any questions so far. Whenever I'm right click on inspect to open DevTools, by default Chrome browser is going to responsive mode. How can I turn off? Browser is going to responsive mode. I didn't understand this. What does this mean? Install any external add-on as browser. So how can I use this? Vikas Dikshit, do you have the Firefox browser? You can try it on Firefox browser. Generally, like people doesn't block the Firefox browser. For Keshav, it got resolved. Thank you. How your SelectorSub is different. I'm seeing numbers on the SelectorSub. How your SelectorSub is different. Thank you. I didn't understand this, Sai. What's your question? How your SelectorSub is different? I'm seeing numbers on SelectorSub. Okay, anyways, we will take these questions later. So, okay, now we will write our first XPath using // and these XPath functions. So this is very standard function of XPath which you will always use, which you always be using, and in 90% of the cases you will be using this XPath function. So this is very important. // tag name @ attribute name is equal to attribute value. So suppose we have to write an XPath for Google search, this one. So how we will write the XPath for this one? So when you will be writing XPath for this element, also I would recommend you guys, for now let's keep it off this as well, this toggle. I will explain later why. Now here we have to write an XPath with the standard function of XPath which you all have seen, like // tag name. What is the tag name here? Input is the tag name. So input you type, and what is the attribute, like what attribute we want to use. So let's say we want to use the class here. So @ class is equal to // or // and again very important concept, guys, you can use // or // to write the XPath. It is not mandatory. Like many people in our industry think that they can write XPath inside double quote only, like attribute value inside double quote only or single quote only, but actually you can write inside both. And this is the very frequently asked question in many interviews as well, that what they will do, like they will write like tag name @ attribute name is equal to inside single quote, and then they will ask you that is it correct, like this way they will write, like this they will write XPath, and they will also write like this, and then they will ask you the question that is it correct or not. And generally people get a lot of confusion. Oh, should we use the single quote or can't we use the double quotes? Both are correct XPath. Let me just show you guys. So do not get confused that you can use single quote only or double quote only. You can use any quote. Now if you hit enter, it will show you the matching nodes. And let me show you with the double quotes, it will show you the matching node. So you can use any of them. Now here you see that it is showing two matching nodes, two elements matching. But we have to write the unique XPath always. So we will sorry. So we will try to use some other attribute like Google search. Let's say value is equal to. This is also finding two matching nodes. Okay, so now this way we understood that all the attributes which are here are mostly duplicate. And let's try with this one as well. So what in this kind of situation, what we used to do, like either we go with the parent child or we keep trying with the unique attribute. So let's try with this attribute as well, like data web is equal this one. So this is unique XPath which we have written. We will come to this point that we should not use this value because this is very much dynamic and changing, looks like very long and changing value. So this we will consider. But yes, this is how we write the XPath for any element using very standard function of XPath. Let me show you one more example, like // input. And then let's say here we want to write XPath for this field. So we will use the title is equal to search @ title is equal to search. And hit enter. So this is how we write the XPath, which is very standard XPath. // tag name @ attribute name is equal to attribute value. This is the XPath which we have written using this function /tag name @attribute name is equal to attribute value. Now we will see the and or functions. So we have written this XPath. Now we want to make it more robust, more conditional, that there should be title is equal to search as well as some more value. Like we want that there should be area label as well. So like generally like in your programming language we used to add more conditions like if this and this as well. So similarly in XPath also we have these conditions, like we want to pass our test case to pass our XPath only when then title is equal to search as well as area label is equal to search. So you can copy this here and type and area label is equal to search and hit enter. So this is how we have written XPath using AND condition. So you can add any number of AND conditions in your XPath. Like you want to add one more AND, you can do that, but generally like we don't do that one that long. So one or two attribute you can use like this way. Now there is one OR condition as well, so you can use OR function as well in place of AND. You can type like this. So this is how you use the AND OR condition in your XPath. Guys, please make a note of these things if you want. Like you can use AND OR function in XPath like this way. You can use AND OR. So we have seen the standard function of XPath AND OR functions. Now text and normalized text dot, we will see this. So suppose we have to write an XPath for any element, let's say this one TestCase Studio. So here what we will do, like type /A. So you see that you must have noticed that when I'm typing here, I have to type each and everything, or I have to copy the value from here in the DOM here. Like now I have to write this function text is equal to this. So this is a function text, this one. Now the what value here it will go, like because attribute is equal to attribute value, you all understood that, okay, this ID and then after that whatever value is written, that is attribute value. So we written that /tag name then attribute is attribute is equal to attribute value. Now here what text value will go here, so you will copy this one and this you put it here. So basically the text, whatever we understood that between open tag and close tag, that whatever value is there, that will go here for the text method, and then hit enter. It will show you the matching node. Similarly, like so this is how we use the text function in XPath while writing, like any element you inspect, if there is a text, then you can use the text function. Now if you want to use the contains function, let's say you don't want to you want all the matching XPath which has the test case. So in that case, like currently equal is not there, okay, but you want all which has test case. So then in that case you can use this contains method, contains text, and remove this and hit enter. So now it is finding all the link tag, anchor tag which has the text test case, and all those three are these one. When you hover in this here, it will highlight, like it is highlighting in dotted orange or yellow color here, sorry, dotted yellow color. When you hover, it will turn solid, and when you hover on the next element, it will scroll the window to the viewable area. So you can see that this one is the second and this is the third one. So basically contains text method, you understood that this one is used to like substring value of the node here. You can make a note of this function as well. Now normalize space. If you inspect any value like this and if there will be space like junk value is there, you see that after SelectorSub here there's a space like this. Okay, let me copy this and type the XPath here. H3 text is equal to this value, and now you see that there is a space, this kind of a space, blank space, junk space is there, and if we hit enter it will find one matching node. But it will not work if you copy this XPath. This is very important concept, guys, and trust me, in real industry so many people keep me pinging every day and they waste a lot of time that this XPath is not working when we are using it in our script, actual script, automation script. So what happens, like when you copy this XPath, paste it in here in your script by dot XPath like this, and when you will execute your script here, this will not work. Why? Because when you copy this kind of space, like yes, sometime it might work, but most of the time, like 90% of the time it will not work. Because what happens, like when you copy the space thing from one place to another place, paste that this space comes as a sky value or something else, that because of jargon thing, the space, actual space value comes as a different values. Like when you copy from, like if you copy here from text notepad here and paste it here, this will come as a different space in your script, in your note, in your editor. But when you copy this space thing from here, this will come as a different thing. So that is the reason, like it is suggested that don't use space like this way, junk space after value. Like in between two words having a space, then it's fine. Like if it is like this, then it is fine. But if it is like this, that after a space you are adding single quote or double quote, that is not good practice. You will face a lot of challenges. So what we can do that in that case, like in programming languages we have the trim method, right? So similarly in XPath we have the normalize space method, this one. So you can use this normalize space. And how you can use that normalize space? Here, and remember the definite like spelling of the normalized space. So if you see that if we remove the space from here and hit enter, it will show zero matching node. Okay, so what we will do, like we will normalize that dash space and not enter. So you see that now that junk space is not there, and we use the normalized space is equal to SelectorSub, and it is showing one matching node. But if we will add a space, then it will show zero, because what it does, it basically remove that junk spaces and trim the value so that it will show correct matching node. So this is how you can use the normalize space function. Dot, this I will explain later, because this will create a lot of confusion, because for text normalize space, etc.
Sanjay, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so this normalized text is only used for text, or I mean any other attribute also?
For text only, yeah, for
Okay,
text only.
thank you. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay, so okay guys, I will take these, let me take these questions quickly. How to handle if the text is to be printed but text is dynamic? Yeah, I also have this single quote or double quote while writing locators. Thanks for clear now. Okay, how to handle if the text is to be printed but text is dynamic? This we will take it later. I didn't understand much. How to handle if the text is to be printed but text is dynamic? Sorry, Sangeeta, I didn't get this question. Okay, guys, I'm sure pretty much like most of your questions will be answered like while I will be taking this session. Normalized space is for text only, guys. And recording is there, yes. Normalized space work for works same as trim function, right? Normalized space can be used only when we have the space text. No, like if normal text is also there, then also you can use the normalized space, not a problem. Yes, normalized function uh, space working if in framework, how to handle them? Yes, normalized space isn't working if in frame. Guys, please, I would request you, please type your question in correct English. It's difficult to understand. Like you can type it again if something wrong is typed, because difficult to understand this thing. Do I need to make any setting changes? I'm not able to see any result in SelectorsHub. Okay, like after installing SelectorsHub, if you please open the website into the new tab. Here we are searching an anchor dot contains text as sep m. Okay. Yes, for text you can use the normalized space. Okay. And more doubts, like if you guys have, I can help you to clear all those doubts. Like you can ask me on Slack channel, because here it will be late for other people as well. Index, position, last, etc. So like how we write the index and all. Okay, guys. So another thing, like to learn more about these functions, I would suggest turn on this function here. Turn on this toggle now. And now when you will write here, let's say you want to learn, because it's difficult to cover all the functions because thousands of methods are there in XPath and selectors. So it is difficult to cover all those functions in this small training. So what I would suggest, turn on this function. Now you will see, like when you will type here in SelectorSub, it will suggest you auto drop down, like /h3. And when you will start typing, like close square bracket, open a square bracket, it will show you all those functions, like what all functions are possible, like contains text, normalize space, it starts with text is equal to SelectorSub, then contains is equal to, then contains normalize space is also there. So all those functions you would be able to learn from automatically from SelectorSub, because it's difficult, like just one function it will take 1 hour to explain, like normalize space itself will take 1 hour to explain. So that will not be possible. So what I will suggest you guys, like you type here in SelectorSub any XPath, start typing, and it will suggest you all those kind of functions. So now when you will using and doing the practice, a lot of practice while writing the XPath from here, if you get any doubt, I'm happy to help you guys. You can ask any doubt in SelectorSub, in Slack channel, in our Slack channel of this training. So you see all these functions you would be able to learn from here, and do the practice from here, SelectorsHub, and turn on this toggle, start typing the XPath. And those who are not able to install SelectorsHub, try installing SelectorsHub in Firefox browser, then you would be able to do it. Okay. Attribute preference while writing XPath, there are like a lot of attribute preferences as well. Okay, so I guess index and position left. Okay, let me show you this one, index one. So guys, index one is there are two types of indexes. You might have seen that when you copy an XPath and see the absolute XPath people write. So that kind of absolute XPath having indexes in that, like you right click and copy this XPath. One is this, like these kind of indexes are there. So generally we doesn't call it as an index based XPath. This is basically absolute XPath. So this is like traversing from HTML body, and then after body the first div, then third div, so like that. But when we write like this kind of XPath, let's say for this element we have written SVG and this is finding 10 elements matching, but we have to find out the 7th position one, which is there at the 7th position. So this SVG is XPath is equal to 7. That means this is at 7th position. So what you do, how do you write the index based XPath? You can add the index here, like type open parenthesis here, then close this parenthesis, and then type 7 inside a square bracket. So this is how you write the index based XPath. And how you can write it automatically in SelectorsHub. SelectorsHub will auto suggest First you write XPath, and if it is finding more than one matching node, put your cursor in the beginning, type open parenthesis, and this is how it will show you the index-based XPath. So basically the index-based XPath is for that particular element for which you are writing is the one that when you write XPath, let's say it is finding more than one matching node, then you will have to figure it out at which position that element is for which you want to write the XPath. So this one is at 7th position. So what you have to do, like you type open parenthesis in the beginning, basically close your XPath inside the parenthesis, and then inside a square bracket write the index. So here you will write the index value. So what is the index value for this one? 7. So hit enter. So this is how it is finding this one. If you want to find out the XPath, this SVG XPath, which is there at 5th position, then you type 5. So now it is showing the 5 XPath, this XPath which is there in the 5th position. So this is how we write the index-based XPath. And if you turn on this one, SelectorSub will also, like while typing, it will help you. Like when you will type here, it will show each and everything for you guys, like what all functions are there possible. And then last, like let's say you want to figure it out, like which is the last input here in this, how many inputs are there, which is the last at the last position of its parent. So this will show you that there are 4 elements matching with the input which are the last tag last child of this of its parent. So likewise this one, attribute preferences while writing XPath. So there are like lots of attribute could be there, like predefined stable attribute ID. So this is basically the attribute preferences which I would suggest while writing the XPath. First of all, the very first preference always should be the predefined stable attribute, because every element has lots of attribute like class, JS function, max length, name, etc. So many things are there like title, but which one to use? Generally, like in our industry, people prefer to introduce one stable attribute from their side, from the development side, so that like they can write the stable automation. So that is always preferred. Like if you have already defined a stable attribute in your web application, in your application like data ID or QA ID, that is always preferred. So give the first preference to that attribute which you know that is stable for your application. Then standard preferences is like this one: ID, placeholder, title, name, value, area label, alt, for. So these are basically the attribute names which are preferred. Relative XPath without access. So whatever XPath which we are writing like this way.
Sanjay, sorry to interrupt. There are many people asking you to continue tomorrow, as they have asked.
Sure. Yeah, actually, yes. This was the first day, so a lot of basic things we have covered. So because of that, okay. Yeah, thank you. You just highlighted this one. I couldn't check it. What is this dot function? Yeah, guys. So current we will discuss all these like in detail, because today was the first class to so lots of things has been taken more time to set up the ground, and now you guys have like at least basic knowledge of these things. So I will cover all these questions, and whatever questions you guys have, I guess I have already shared one form where you can fill your questions as well. So please fill that form with all your questions, and I will try to cover all the questions and with the answers. And most of the things which you are asking, friends, here have answers in upcoming slides actually. So you see that we all have here in the slides. I will quickly show you, like relative XPath, without access, with access, double forward slash start tag name, and then important points related to pseudo element input box, all these things like what is node, case insensitive XPath, XPath for SVG, iframe, nested iframe, shadow DOM, dynamic invisible element, drop down elements. I guess there was questions from Sangeeta for dynamic drop down. So all those things are there. Load spinner, someone has filled the form asking for the load spinner as well. So all those things has been covered in this training, like writing XPath with attribute presence as well, elements for which XPath you can write, which you cannot write. So these things are there in this training. So we will cover all this tomorrow, because today we have taken more time to set up the ground. So till here we have covered today attribute preferences. Tomorrow we will continue from here. And anyone have any questions, feel free to ask me on Slack channel.
Yes, Sanjay, people are asking that whether we will be able to get the recordings today or any
I will save
time
this and
later.
yeah, I will send it across. Yeah, I will share the link. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will share the recording. Yes. And guys, please check your email if you. I'm not sure like if it is coming. I'm sure like it is coming directly to the inbox. But if anyone find it like difficult that you didn't get the mail, please check your spam folder once. And please be active just for 4 days in Slack channel, so that like you get really insightful questions and answers. And if any questions which has not been answered or covered here, you can ask there. And this was just like very basic, so many people who are at advanced level and who know few things already, you might find today's lecture very basic, but yes, there are like very deep things are coming in the next lectures and next slides, where like we will discuss like more important things. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sanjay.
Thank you so much everyone for joining. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you.
for joining. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Bye, Sanjay.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye
Sanjay,
bye
will you
guys.
be sharing this recording?
Yes, I will share recording, guys. Yeah, do not worry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure, Pallavi, I will add you on the Slack channel. Yeah, I guess I have already added. Just check your inbox. You have the mail for this one.
Yeah, okay, Sanjay, I'll check it out. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Sanjay, would it be appropriate to share the slide at the end of the session or like uh, within the session? Like, would it be appropriate?
Uh, yes, I will. I will see. Yeah, I will. I will. I will share. I will share those. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just decide and then
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
sure. Thank you so much.
Sure. You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Somebody saying something.
It's Pallavi actually.
Yes, Pallavi.
I checked my mail. I did not receive Slack link actually. For
Okay. 1 second. Let me just check here. Pallavi Patil. This one.
yeah,
3084. Yeah, you
yeah.
are already added in the Slack channel. Can you just search for this 18th October batch something Slack on your inbox?
Okay.
And Sanjay, this is Sai, I'm yet to receive that recording. So,
Yeah, I haven't shared
oh,
Sai
you haven't
recording
shared.
yet. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
We'll share. Yeah, I will share.
Okay, and will there be any hands-on exercises which you will be providing, or it's just
Yes,
self-interest?
yes. Yeah. We will do it hands-on as well.
Okay, Sanjay, thank you.
Yeah, because today was like very first day and lots
Yeah,
of
yeah.
basic things supposed to cover. So that's why like it was very basic. First lecture is always like that. Yeah,
Sure, Sanjay. Yep, thank you.
sure, you're welcome. Pallavi, can you just ping me your email ID here so that like I will send the invite again?
Sanjay sent actually. Just check. I did
Yep.
not receive actually chat.
Okay, okay. I'm adding you again. Yes. Pallavi, just check. I have added you again. Prachi, I guess you are already added. Please check.